Hello and welcome to the Crash Can. I'm Sean, and today we have the Tyro79 build, the cheapest little race quad you can get to date. And by cheapest, I mean this little sucker is cheap cost-wise and cheap build-wise. It is just a hunk of crap. Actually, it's not too bad, but as you see, I did do a couple upgrades. I wasn't going to do anything, but since I had the parts laying around, I figured, why not? But I went ahead and I put a little Axe 2 VTX antenna I put in there, and I used the Cyclone 3056C propellers, and I used a Race Day Quads battery strap, because the one that comes with it is just, it's got this plastic latch, and I've busted them in 2 minutes on every one that's come with one of those, so I'm not even use them anymore. But anyway, it's actually a much cleaner build than its bigger brother. As you see, I had, with the VTX on the outside, which is pretty stupid. And I already broke an antennas, and this is the only one I had laying around, so I threw that guy on there until I get something else. But I mean, these are good little beater quads. I will say that this camera isn't the greatest, but it is a little better than this one. And so I just did a little video just showing how I built it, what I did. And if you wanted to, it should be easy to follow along. If you wanted to follow along, build your own. Honestly, the only difference is, like I said, is a propeller, antenna, and battery strap, which will go on exactly the same way as the ones that came stock, so it's not much of a difference. I did set up my own PIDs, and I mean my own rates. I left the PID stock, and I tried to set up RSSI. I'm actually having issues with that right now. I did do the firmware update on using the XM Plus. I did do the firmware update, but I'm still having issues with that for some reason. It's coming in on channel 4, and it's all loopy, so I'll work on that later. But I do have smart audio, and that does work. I did turn it up to 200 milliwatts. I am getting a little bit, it seems to be okay, but I am getting a little choppiness once I give it some good throttle, which is another thing. Some kind of noises coming in, which is another thing I got to work on. But it's snowing, it's windy as hell, so I really can't fly it. I just kind of like flew it around the deck a little bit. And anyway, so stay tuned, watch the video, grab all your parts if you're going to build. It should be easy to build along. Try to do it like a manual, like everybody sits there and does it video live and talks, and you watch their mistakes and this and that and that and this. I just did screenshots with what I did. So it should be pretty easy to follow along. Anyway, that is the Tyro79, which is now actually the Tyro probably 105 with my upgrades, because the antenna is like 19 bucks and the blades are like 5 bucks, so there you go. Anyway, here it comes. Stay tuned. Hey, if you like this video, it'd be really cool if you subscribed, hit that little bell, shared it with your friends, that kind of stuff. I'm trying to build this channel up. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
What you want? What you want? What you want? Come on. What you want? What you want? Come on. What you want? Come on. What you want? What you want?
Okay, so let's take a look inside this here box. Come on. You can do it. Alright, so we have a unibody frame. And here's the VTX. Supposed to be 200 milliwatt. At least you can mount it. That's pretty cool. Well, here's the motors. It doesn't say what's on them. Doesn't say what size they are. I wonder why. And here we have the flight controller. And the ESC. All in one. And the cheap little camera, if I can get it out. Come on, fat fingers, you can do it. Yeah, so it's a 2.1 millimeter. It's a little bit better than the old Tyro79. So you should have better field of view. And some straps. Tie downs, whatever you want to call them, zip ties, and the cheap battery strap that always comes with Eachine. They just break all the time, so I'm not going to use it. Here's the side plates, little top plate, and the wire connectors, as well as the XT30, some pads and rubber stuff. And here's the side frames. It looks exactly like the Tyro99, but smaller. Some screws, extra prop nuts. I don't know why they always give us these weird little carbon fiber wrenches like you ever use them, but hey, here we go. And all the hardware. And the cheap props, which again I will not be using. I might try them, but I got other props. Alright, so that's about as much as I'm going to talk in this video. Hey, I'm going to have to interrupt real quick here. This is the video cable, and it's not right for the camera. It's a 3-pin. This is a 4-pin. This side's a 3-pin. But if you plug it in this way, it's going to be wrong because red needs to be on that side. So, and neither one fits in the camera. So I'm going to cut this and make my own little connection here. I'm going to look for a 3-pin that's big enough that'll fit right. If I don't have one, I'm just going to plug these in individually. Okay, back to the build. Issue number 2. I only got 5 standoffs. I'm missing 3. But I got a bunch of my own. Keep that in mind. And here's how I set up Betaflight. It came with 3.5.1. I just kept it that way. I didn't really feel like going to 3.5.5. Anyway, here's my setup. If you wanted to copy it, it's up to you. I used the PIDs that came with the machine. I didn't adjust them at all. I did change the rates a little bit. I did make sure I configured and set up for smart audio. I did test that. That does work. I set up the modes to my liking. I made sure I got turtle mode, and I wasn't able to set up the beep on channel 4. Like I said, I'm having a problem with RSSI coming on my channel 4, which I'm going to work on, figure out, and fix later. But in the meantime, I set that to a different channel. And also, I did have to reverse 2 motors, motors 3 and motors 1, I believe. I can't remember at this point. Were backwards, so I switched them to reverse. I did a hover test, tested everything out on my deck. Everything seems to be fine for now. So once the weather breaks, I will do some flights and upload some flight footage. But as of now, that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. And you could subscribe if you like, comment, or tell me what I did wrong or what I should do better. And there's my cat in the background meowing. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.